We're going to tie a pattern called the Chicago overcoat. So we have our jig streamer hook, tungsten beads, some olive and white marabou. We're going to use some round rubber legs and some crystal flash for the tail. Tie in your marabou, olive over white. Crystal flash on each side. Dubbing rope. Dub the body. Rubber legs, you can split them later. Split your thread, insert the rest of the dubbing, spin it up, you're making a dubbing brush. Tease out the excess dubbing. Wrap the head. Nice pattern, I like the slim body with the head swooping back over it. It's very impressionistic, gives the fly some layers. Good streamer pattern. This is going to be a play on Lance Egan's Poacher jig streamer. So we have our size 6 jig hook with a 4mm bead, and then we'll go with some white rabbit zonker strip. I have some blended dubbing with hair and other UV materials that I've used for a different fly. And then I have a very webby, grizzly hackle fiber. The thread we'll use is a 210 white from Danville. Prepare your zonker strip. I notched out the end, and then I took a little bit off of the tie-in point, and then I teased out quite a bit of material. I think it fishes better when it's a little bit sparse. Tie in the strip. Notice I haven't tied it all the way on to the bend of the hook. I tied it about halfway up, and then on Egan's pattern he reverse ties it, so he has the furry side of the rabbit up, but I don't do that. Split your thread and insert the dubbing. Twist it up, we're making a dubbing loop. I teased out the fibers, wrap and pick out the material. Prepare the feather for tie-in. Tie in your hackle and wrap. I've seen this one tied in olive. I think it's a very good sculpt imitation, but I needed something white. This is fox fur. It's got really cool long guard hairs. The light, the dark. We're going to tie a streamer pattern called the Frozen Fox. I think they call it the Frozen Fox because it just uses ice dub and fox fur. Cut out a clump of fox. I'm going to remove some of the softer underfur. Keep the long guard hairs. Mix that extra underfur with this ice dub gray. Split your thread, insert the material, or make a dubbing loop. Spin it up, you'll have to pick it out. Wrap the material and pick it out. You could stop tying right here and this would be a perfectly fine streamer pattern. This is another piece of fox fur, and it's a little bit shorter, stiffer guard hairs, so we're going to make a collar out of this. Reverse tie 2 loose securing wraps, and I'm going to work the material around the hook. Material is well positioned. A little bit of olive ice dub to finish off the head. I ripped the fibers of the ice dub to make them shorter. The fox is such a unique material, and blending that ice dub in there just makes everything pop. It's quite beautiful, beautiful simple streamer pattern. There's a lot of movement in that material. That collar does give it a little bit bigger profile. We're going to tie a pattern called the Flash and Grab. It seems similar to a Creelex. We'll tie it on a jig hook and we'll go tie in the tail. The tail's going to be shorter than the wing. Tie in a hackle. The hackle is going to be our body material. After every hackle turn, I preen the material so it's laying down rather. More flashaboo for the wing. I added a few strands of silver as well. Tying the wing, make sure the material goes around the point of the hook. To finish it off, instead of a whip finish, I applied super glue to the thread with a toothpick and then let that soak into the Flashabou wing to help lay it down. The other flash and grab patterns have a little throat material, but I don't think it's necessary for this one. That's it, not much to it, just Flashabou and feathers. The other flash and grab patterns I saw, the body material wasn't feather, it was dubbing. And then they added a throat. But it's just, it's acrylics with a little bit of body material. And you can't go wrong with that. So lots of flash on this fly, give it a try. That one piece of Flashabou is sticking up. If the Flashabou is a little bit unruly, give it a little tug. And if it doesn't straighten out, then just pull it out. We're gonna tie a Bow River bugger, but we're gonna do it thin mint style. So we'll do black, brown, olive, marabou, peacock for the body, brown hackle. Start with olive, then tie in your brown and black on top for the tail section. A little bit of lateral scale for flash, tie in your peacock, tie in your hackle. I went oversized with the hackle. Wrap the peacock, wrap the hackle. This is a thin mint bugger. Stopping here, you'd have a perfectly fishable and quality pattern, but the Bow River bugger has a deer hair head, so we'll add that on. Olive for the bottom, brown in the middle, black up top. Time to trim out the head. I think I'm just gonna try to do a more conical shaped head, but not so sharp a point. So just try to cylindrical rather, not conical, cylindrical shaped head. I'm pleased with how this one turned out. This was a novelty tie at first, just something to do. But I definitely think I'll be fishing this one. You could throw a marabou wing on there, and it's essentially the sex dungeon or other, any other articulated streamer, bugger body, marabou tail, deer hair head. We've seen that done again and again in these modern big trout fly streamer patterns. But this one, I'm glad I went with the longer hackle. The longer hackle blended in with the tail, giving a little bit fuller body. And then I went with the 4 mil gold tungsten bead. The other patterns use a cone, a bigger cone. The hook I used was a little bit shorter shank, so I thought the tungsten gold bead would do better, and I'm happy with that. The blended deer hair head with the round bead turned out better than I expected. So give it a try. Good little pattern. Thin mint Bow River bugger. Thin mint Bow River bugger. Thin mint Bow River bugger. There you go. Give it a try.